Hey guys, we are doing page 321 and 322. We'll be doing on 321 number 1, letter B and C, number 2, letter A, and number 3, letter B. And on page 322, we'll be doing number 6, B and C, number 7 we'll be skipping, and then all of number 8. So I kind of wanted to, before we look on the other page on 322, I wanted to look at number 6, B and C. So we have two sets of fractions right here. This is letter B. And I need to tell if this is greater than, less than, or equal to the other fraction. So we have 1/12 and 1/9. So remember when we had said when we compare two fractions, if the top numbers are the same, then we're comparing the bottom numbers. And if the bottom numbers are the same, then we're comparing the top numbers. So which one is the same, the top numbers or the bottom numbers? Right, the top numbers, they're both 1. So we're going to look at this bottom number on both. We have 12 over here and 9 over here. And one of them, if the top number is the same, then one thing, and then if the bottom number is the same, then it's the opposite. So we have, if the bottom number is the same, the smaller the number, the bigger the fraction. Like, would you rather, like if I had like a cookie, and I sliced a cookie up into 12, if I had two cookies that were the same, and one cookie I divided into 12 equal pieces, and one cookie I divided into 9 equal pieces, would you rather have one of the 12 pieces or one of the 9 pieces? Well, one of the 9 pieces would be bigger because there's less pieces the pieces are bigger because there's fewer pieces. So 1/9 is going to be bigger. So the way we're going to show that is by putting a greater than sign right here. So we have 1/12 is less than 1/9 is what that says. So make sure you go ahead and put that in the box. Then letter B, we have 4/5 and 3/5. Okay, now again, which one is the same, the numbers on the top or the numbers on the bottom? The numbers on the bottom are the same here. We have 5 and 5 on as my denominators, as my bottom numbers. So I have to take my top numbers, and I'm going to say the bigger my top number is, the bigger my fraction is, because 4 out of 5 pieces is bigger than 3 out of 5 pieces. It's just kind of how it is with fractions. Make sure for this one, you're putting a greater than sign right here. So we have 4/5 is greater than 3/5. On page 322, the only thing you should have left on that page is just number 8. I want you to do number 8 on your own. If you want to do it now, you might pause the video and go ahead and try to do those now. If you want to do them later, then let's go ahead and look back on page 321, number 1. So this is number 1, letter B. We skipped letter A, but we're going to go ahead and jump right into doing letter B. We have this 3 right here. We're going to do this 3 times the 84, so we're going to pretend like that 6 is not there. Just kind of ignore it for the moment. So we have 3 times 4, first of all. So 3 times 4 is 12, going to carry the 1. 2 goes down here. 3 times 8 is next. So 3 times 8 is 24, plus the 1 is 25. And my next step is I need to put a 0 beneath this 2. Okay, and after that, I need to take this 6, do 6 times this 4 up here. 6 times 4 is 24. We're going to cross this 1 out and put 2 up here. 4 goes down here. Next, I'm going to do this 6 times 8. 6 times 8. Well, 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42. So 42 plus the 2 is 44. I'm going to draw a line underneath here and add them together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 4 plus 5 is 9. 2 plus 4 is 6. And 4 plus nothing, of course, is 4. I need to put my comma right there, and my answer is 4,692. All right, with this, we're going to go ahead and pretend like this 4 is not there. We're going to do 7 times 2. 7 times 2 is 14. Carry the 1. 4 goes down here. 4, no, not 4. The 7 times 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 plus 1 is 22. And 7 times 6, we have 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42. Plus 2 is 44. We're going to put a 0 beneath this 4 right there. And then we have this 4 right here, 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. Might cross this 1 out to show that we're not carrying anything right now. So we have 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. We're going to cross this 2 out and put a 1 above it so that we're knowing that we're carrying a 1 up there. 2 goes down here because it's 12, because 3 times 4 is 12. So we have that written. 4 times 6 is 24, plus the 1 is 25. Now we draw a line, add them together. 4 plus nothing is 4. 2 plus 8 is 10, carry the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. 4 plus 5 is 9, and 2 plus nothing is 2. Make sure you put your comma there, and your answer is 29,704. Okay, so our next problem, we're going to be doing some division, and we're going to go ahead and take this 50 right here. We're going to just look at this tens place over here, and out of this right here, that kind of has a red line above it, 55. I know that the red line is not written in your book. If you want to maybe write a line above that 55, or the 2 5s in 550, so that you can kind of see how it's 55, that might help you a little bit. So we're going to look at the 5s, or the tens place here, which is 5, and the tens place here, which is 5, or out of the 55 is tens place. So we have 5 will go into 5. Well, I know 5 will go into 5 one time, so I can kind of guess that 50 will go into 55 one time. I know that 50 won't go into 5 any amount of times, so I'm going to put 0 up there. I said 50 will go into 55 one time, so let's try it. 1 times anything is, that number. So 1 times 50 is going to be 50. I'm going to write it there. Subtract, because it's my next step. 5 minus 0 is 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. And compare, is 5 smaller than 50? Well, of course it is. Next, we bring down this 0. And now I'm going to divide those numbers. We have 50 will go into 50. Well, 50 will go into 50 one time. So we're going to put 1 right here. And 1 times 50, like we said earlier, was 50. Subtract 0. 50 minus 50 is 0. And my answer is 11. And they do not have you check these problems, so we're not going to go ahead and worry about checking for these. Just make sure you have all of this work done properly. The last problem I'm going to do with you guys is letter B on page 321. I believe that's number 3, letter B, if I'm correct. So let's go ahead and do it together. If you want to, probably would be a good idea for you to maybe pause the video and see if you can do this problem on your own. Kind of challenge yourself a little bit. See if you get the same answer that I'm going to get as well. So let's go ahead and do this problem. We have 4 will go into 5. Well, 4 will go into 5 one time. We're going to put 1 above 5. 1 times 4 is 4. Subtract. 5 minus 4 is 1. Is 1 smaller than 4? Absolutely. So we will say that is a good comparison. And we'll bring down the 6. So now 4 is going into 16. 4 will go into 16 4 times, because 4 times 4 is 16. And 4 is going to go above the 6 right there, because it got brought down. We're going to go 4 times 4. Well, 4 times 4 is 16, like we just said. 16 minus 16 is 0. And of course, 0 is going to be smaller than 4, so it's a good comparison. We're going to bring down the 5 next. And we're going to go 4 into 5, just like that was our first thing that we did with our problem. 4 into 5 is 1. 1 times 4, like we've already done, is 4. And 5 minus 4, of course, is 1. And 1, like we've said before, is smaller than 4. It's a good comparison. We're going to bring down my 2 all the way down. 2 is down here now. Now 4 is going into 12. So 4 will go into 12, I'd say about 3 times. 3 goes up here. 3 times 4 is 12. Gonna subtract that, and 12 minus 12, of course, is 0. So my answer is 1,413. And they want you to check this one. You guys know how to check this one. You should not need my help to check this one. So I want you to do the check on your own. Make sure we have the right answer. If you do not have this answer, you might go back and check your work, see maybe where you went wrong. Maybe you can rewind the video and watch the steps that I do, making sure you're getting the right answer.